The wait is over, and I am back in action. My apologies for the couple-week hiatus. As we all know, life gets busy, but hopefully moving forward, I can continue to be more frequent. As always, please like, share, subscribe to the Dirty D.O podcast on your platform of choice. Facebook will always have the new episodes posted, as well as easily scrolling back, listening to the old ones. These, of course, are simply a link to my YouTube channel, which you can find me there, obviously. Finally, follow me on Spotify to get the Dirty D.O anytime, anywhere. I have big things coming soon. I have confirmed some guests that's going to join me in the very near future. They are all on the books, and I assure you, you will enjoy these conversations. As always, thank you for listening. Today's episode hits closer to home. There are 43 years of conversations that could be had today. My guest wears many hats. Any concrete work you may have around your house or business, odds are he's responsible for mixing it. If you or your child happens to train martial arts in Knoxville, you have trained under him. If you have enjoyed the music trivia in the area the past couple years, chances are he was your host. Also, if you have enjoyed the Knox County Fair and the great concerts it has provided recently, he is responsible for bringing that to town. On top of all of that, he has been the best man at my wedding. He was my very first best friend. Please welcome to the Dirty D.O podcast, my brother, Mr. Josh Smith. Welcome, Josh. Thank you for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So to kick things off, let's just start. Let's talk, I guess, jobs, if you will.
Yeah. Lots of them.
So you've been at, I don't know, is it Builder Supply, Gunther's? Is it all the same thing?
Builder Supply. Yeah, it's a division of Gunther's, yeah.
And you work at the plant.
Yes, concrete plant.
You've not been maybe you've been on site. Have you been on site before or no?
A few times, not many.
So how long have you been there? I don't even remember.
It will be 25 years, April 15th.
Jesus.
Yeah. 7.5 years, and I'm retiring.
Oh, okay, because that was down. I figured retirement was, I knew you're
55.
old, but.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, the job you have was your dad's before you had it, right?
Correct. Yep.
And before he had it, was it your grandpa's, or am I wrong on that?
No, it was not his. Dad started there in 88 or 89, I believe.
Oh, I thought what did your grandpa do?
He was an operating engineer. He ran heavy equipment. He just didn't work there.
Oh, it's not there. Oh,
he probably worked for Gunther's, but he didn't
run a concrete
I
don't know why I thought he worked there, but anyways, sorry, not all the same general line of work.
Right.
So on top of that, you also run the Kuksu Wan here in Knoxville.
Yep.
For those that don't know, that is martial arts, karate. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly.
Traditional Korean martial arts, yep.
You are the owner of the school.
Correct.
And instructor. When did you start that, as a student?
I started in late 98, early 99, somewhere in there. When I started, Bob wasn't real sure when I started, so he just put down January 1st, 1999 on my sign-in paper, on my contract. So I thought I started a little bit earlier than that, like November-ish, somewhere in there, but that's not telling.
So when did you start? I'm assuming you started when you started teaching little kids. I'm assuming that's how it started.
Yeah.
Or no?
I trained for probably a year and a half. Then I had to take 6 months off because I got mono or whatever that was. And then by the time I was a brown belt, he was letting me run kids' classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays while he taught on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I was going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and fell in love with it. And then sadly, he passed away in 2006, and I took over from there and been going strong since.
So the Bob we talk about is Bob Zeffo. I'm assuming plenty of people know who Bob Zeffo is. And you said he passed away in 2006.
I believe so, yes.
And you just kept it going, but you didn't.
Well, they had to choose me, I guess. They had to select me to keep running the school.
Right.
It was between me and a couple other people, and they chose me, and happily I accepted and keep moving forward.
And then, so eventually you purchased, I guess you don't purchase the business, but you purchased the building. You own the building too, right?
No, I rent the building.
Oh, okay.
I did purchase the business. Yes, I had to buy the business.
All right.
Buy the students, buy all that stuff. Purchase the franchise agreement, do all that. Everything's in my name.
Right.
So.
And then, when did you take that up? Was it 2006 or was it a while after that?
No, it was like a month after he passed away.
Oh, okay. So you've been running it going on 20 years then, close to it.
Yes.
So you're still active in that.
Mm-hmm. Very.
When, I guess, might as well get a little plug. So what do the classes look like? When are they and who's welcome?
Anybody's welcome. We usually start them. We try them out at 4. If they're not quite old enough, we go to 5. 5. Difference between 4 and 5 is unbelievable. We're not a babysitter. We don't, can't have a bunch of kids in there running around loose and wild and crazy. So 5 generally works. And right now, my oldest student is 62.
Oh, okay.
So, we have all ages. Kids' classes are Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 6. And adults are Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7. And then one of my instructors does teach on Thursdays. He has a class for anybody that wants to come in from 5:30 to 6:30.
So if an adult in their 30s or 40s wanted to get started, they wouldn't have to start with the kids.
No.
They can start on their own.
They start an adult class.
But still at the same level, essentially.
Yes.
But just not
everybody starts at a white belt. As soon as you walk in the door, sign the papers, we give you a white belt.
But I guess some people might want to be like Kramer on Seinfeld, I guess.
Yeah.
Start with the kids so they look tougher.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in doing that, it's in Knoxville. I'm sure you can look them up on Facebook.
Northwest corner of the public square, right next to the vet's office. You'll see the bright yellow letters in the window.
If your kids are interested in trying something new, or you yourself, or both you and your kids, stop in or look them up or give them a call. They'll get you set up with what you need.
Give me a holler for pricing. We do family discounts. The more kids, the less it is, stuff like that. So we're getting ready for the Midwest National Tournament coming up here at the end of April. So we're training hard for that right now, and hopefully we'll do pretty good at that. So,
all righty. So switching more from the hard work aspect to the entertainment aspect, you, along with John Goff, are owner-operators of J&J Entertainment.
Yep.
This is a trivia / music trivia business, company, whatever you want to call it. Like I said in the intro, if you've been to any music trivia or the weekly trivia, I know out here at the winery for sure. Do you do it anywhere else weekly, or did?
The winery's kind of taking a break right now. They're going through some different personnel. Every week, no. But we are booked solid. We take June, July, and August off. We have one booking in August that's been a recurring thing, and other than that, we take that time off to spend with our family, stuff like that. Summer's busy. Nobody wants to be inside during the summer.
Yeah.
But other than that, right now we have one weekend in May and a weekend in October and a weekend in November, and that's all we have open for 2025.
So it's pretty busy then.
Yeah, very busy.
Now, the majority of that is music trivia.
Right now,
or no?
Yes. Right now, what people are really going to is half music trivia, half general trivia.
Right.
So, we can do anything. We've done movies, we've done sitcoms, we've done specialties. Like around Christmas, we do Christmas Vacation trivia. That's huge. We've done The Grinch. Any movie, anything we can do. So
you got, how long you been doing that? I'd say a couple years, but I could be way off.
Probably close to 6 or 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was way.
And we just
off.
keep getting busier and busier.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Like, it's something that
people enjoy it and have fun, and we enjoy it.
You don't
and
have
fun.
to have a talent, really. I mean, you can just.
It's
half
pretty
the people
easy.
just go to go.
We play a song, and you have to name the song and who sings it.
So, like, when you first started, like I said, I thought it was a couple years, but it's not. I remember thinking, like, and I getting started, you've come a long way.
Oh,
so, like, when it first started, it was hard to hear. It was like, what?
Yeah, we had a little bitty sound system.
Yeah, and it was like, it was easy, for the lack of a better term. Like, Louie and I were like, okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
But then the one we did here for the wrestling club, Louie and I both said, like, they've upped their game. Like
Yeah.
that was that's a whole new ball game now.
Well, I mean, people don't realize, there's 15 to 20 hours to put together a music trivia. You have to find the music. You can't have them all too easy because
Right.
obviously, and you can't have them too hard.
Right.
But
Yeah, that was my next question. So, like, the process of picking the music, is it all random? Like, do you just decide, like, the categories of music?
If you hire us, you can decide those. We have we have probably close to 20 different categories you can choose from. And if you have a specialty category, we can do that. We had a group that was about animal rescue. So they wanted one category all about animals. So either the name of the song or the name of the artist had animals in it, like the Black Crows or, anything, the animals. But, I mean, yeah, it takes 15 to 20 hours to put together a music trivia. By the time you find the music, you have to download the music, then you have to cut the music and make sure the title of the song or whatever you're looking for is not in there. And then after you do that, you have to put it in categories, and then you have to put it round per round, and then write down the answers. And yeah.
So I've made a couple trivias and done stuff, but not music. And I have done a couple music categories, and it is kind of a pain.
It can
you gotta
be.
be like you said, you don't want the title, you don't want to give it away stuff.
And we do it so often. We've used ones we've used in the past. Okay, so if you hire us to do one in Galesburg, sure, we'll do one. And then, we're having one in Brimfield. We'll probably use the same one because more than likely the same people won't be there. So we think, we're playing the same songs over and over and over, and people are going to get tired of hearing. But then you look at the scores on the sheets, and they're like, this is tough. This is hard.
Yeah. So, again, you can look up J&J Entertainment on Facebook. And give them a call or probably book them through Facebook.
Yep.
But like I said, you only got, it sounds like a couple weekends this year. Yep. But also look out for them. I know they do stuff like we said at the winery here and there, but it's a good time.
Follow us on Facebook. That's where we post everything.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody that's listening to this has done a trivia of some sort. It's a pretty laid back, good evening.
We try to make it as fun as possible for everybody.
So if you or your team or organization need a fundraiser, that's a good way to do it.
Yep.
We also mentioned in the intro that I just kind of gave you full credit for all the concerts, which is not full credit, but the Knox County Fair. You are a member of the Knox County Fair board.
Yep, vice president as is right now. Yep.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means I got a fancy title.
Well, you said as of right now, either up or down.
They vote on it each year. So somebody else could be next year.
So when did you decide to get on the fair board?
I've been a superintendent since I was probably 15 or 16. 16 I know for sure because I can remember driving out there, helping with the tractor pulls, stuff like that. And it's been 9 years ago now that I've got on the board.
Okay.
And I love the fair. I want to see it continue for, our kids, for their kids. Obviously, we won't be there for their kids, but, I want to see it keep growing. It's getting bigger. We're doing better.
So as superintendent, you mean like you'd go out and help
work on the track.
Yeah, get stuff ready.
Get stuff ready,
a worker,
set stuff
essentially.
up. Yes.
But you've since moved to where you can help make decisions and help kind of line things up. So over the years, I'm sure everybody will agree there's been a lot of growth with the fair.
Yes.
So 30 years ago, 35 years ago, when we were kids, the fair was like from Henderson Road all the way out,
it was huge, yeah.
The carnival,
of course,
as the kids, that's all we noticed. But they had the big rides, everything.
They had concerts back then, too. We've had some big names at this fair.
So, now granted, the carnival is not what it was 35 years ago, which I don't think you can find that.
No.
Because it's just, I just don't think you can find that anymore.
Right, and what people don't understand about that, we hire the carnival, but the carnival pays us. They get a certain amount of money. Okay, they get the first X amount of dollars. Mm-hmm. After that, we get Y amount. We get over the X. So it's not like we have to pay the carnival. They get their own money,
Right.
and then what they make out of profit, we get
So that's another thing.
a
Sometimes,
percentage of it or whatever.
you know, the carnival each year, price-wise, is a little bit different.
Right.
And you hear people say, like, oh, the fair board does not set the price.
No.
The carnival itself that you hire has their own prices.
They have their own prices.
Their own thing. They pay rent to you, essentially.
Yes.
And then they charge what they want.
Exactly.
So anybody that gets all spun up, the only thing you guys charge is a $3 gate fee.
That's
right?
it. Yep.
That's it. So everything
And
else out
for
there.
the grandstands.
Yeah, everything else out there is the carnival. So if you're like me and have too many kids, 6 kids that go out there, and they all need a wristband, I get irritated, but it's not the fair or the fair board that does it.
No.
It's the carnival. But wristband night is the way to go because the tickets are even more outrageous. Not bashing any of the carnival people that may hear this coming into town. I get it. Everybody's got to make money. But anyways, lately, the concerts have started back up. I know back in the day, like Alabama played at the high school because they got rained out.
Yep. The Judds have been here. Charlie Daniels been here 2 or 3 times.
I know he was here once, not at the fair.
Right.
But he's at the fairgrounds.
Ronnie Millsap, Patty Loveless, Lee Greenwood. Oh, I mean, there's been a bunch of them.
Yeah, so those have kicked back up. Again, I'm going to lose track of time. What, 6 years? That's my guess.
Yeah, we skipped a year there for COVID. So probably 5 or 6 now, yeah.
So 18 or 19. And it kicked off with Craig Morgan. Open with Brushville, which, by the way, if you dig the intro song,
I asked you about that.
To
that sounds cool.
The Dirty D.O. podcast, it was written and performed by the former drummer of Brushville.
And schoolmate of ours.
Yes, he is from Knoxville. No longer lives in Knoxville, but he's from Knoxville. So he kind of got the hook up to open up for Craig Morgan, which in my opinion still, maybe because it was just the first time back, Craig Morgan, that night was the best show so far. Not that any other ones have been bad.
To me, it was the Sawyer Brown, Scotty McCreery show. I was not really a Scotty fan to begin with.
He was good live.
But live, he was really good.
Yeah, he's very good live.
And then Sawyer Brown, I thought, was very, very good.
Yeah. I would have enjoyed, who was it? Sammy Kershaw, Colin Ray, and
Aaron Tippin.
Yeah, but that was the year the Twins were.
That was COVID year, and we had them booked.
I can't remember. They weren't born. But anyways, we were out there with the Twins. They were little.
Right.
So I couldn't go to that. But I would have really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, they did something weird on stage. It was funny. They did. They called it. What did they? Something karaoke, where they didn't know. They had songs backstage in a fishbowl and drew them out. And the band knew what song they were going to play, and the artist didn't know. So the band just started playing, and Aaron Tippin came out and sang Georgia Satellites, Change in My Pocket. He'd never heard it. He didn't know how the song went. So he didn't have a clue, and he told everybody. So I don't know how to play this song.
How would he not have a clue? That's kind of weird that a musician wouldn't know that song.
Haven't heard that song, but...
So last year, the fair was very interesting because we got 0 rain, except for about 4 days that summer.
And it
all happened, the opening of the fair, to the point of flooded the fair.
The race night on Wednesday night, we got almost 3 inches of rain in about 45 minutes out of 2 different storms.
Yeah, so obviously I'm assuming that took a toll on the fair.
It was
the fair board on the however you want to word it.
Oh yeah, I mean it hurt us bad. It hurt us. People had bad taste in their mouth, because we had race cars in there. We had people in the stands,
But again, there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing we can do. Mother Nature wins every time. So
the show, the concert wise, got moved out to the fairgrounds, which actually ended up being okay. Really,
we've heard a lot of people like it better out there.
It was kind of more like a festival.
Yes.
Setting.
People have more room to spread out, stuff like that. This year, it will be back in the grandstands, barring any rain, stuff like that.
Yeah, and last year's show was pretty good. It was too short per person.
Yes, and
especially with Eddie Montgomery.
The
He should have been up there for like 2 hours.
yeah, he could have done the whole show
My
by
God.
himself.
But he did 5 or something. And I get it. They're there, whatever.
Right.
But
yeah,
it was still like, it was good, but it just could have been better.
it could have been a lot better.
Based on,
we're
you know,
still
whatever.
looking at things. Our agent is still looking into things on that, about certain aspects of it that
Right.
shouldn't have been. Let's just say that it should have went longer than what it did.
Right. And I think Gretchen Wilson did 5 songs, but only 3 were hers.
3 of them weren't hers.
2 were hers.
2 were hers.
So, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know how
Right.
the music business works, but
Well, this year we got Diamond Rio and Clint Black, and I just printed off the contracts today. Diamond Rio's guaranteed a minimum of 75 minutes. Then we have a set change, which will take 15, 20 minutes. Clint Black is guaranteed a minimum of 90 minutes. So, I mean, it's not going to be 3 or 4 songs and they're done.
this might be unpopular opinion,
What's that?
but I kind of think Clint Black should open for Diamond Rio.
Well, that's a lot of people are saying that.
Because, like,
But,
not that, like, Diamond Rio just got, like, I don't know.
I know.
Again, neither one's bad. It's going to be entertaining.
Oh, it's going to be a great show.
I guess my question is, do you worry, or by you, I mean the board, worry about maybe the new wearing off of the concerts?
Yes.
Like, I am a
We,
90s country person. That's mainly what
Right.
the focus is. Is there a consideration of shifting away from that to keep?
Yes, we've had several people come up. Why don't you get a rock band? So, the year after Craig Morgan, we looked into a rock band. We could have had Journey, but they just, other people on the board, people, they were very expensive at the time for us just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
And we voted, nah, we just can't do it. Can't take the risk on that right now.
Right.
First year, yeah, it went great. Second year, lo and behold, COVID hit. So we didn't have one. And, we have to pay the money to them. We have to pay half of it 30 days in advance. The other half, when they set foot, they don't step off the bus until they get their check.
Right.
So if it rains at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the concert's supposed to go on, they leave with the money. That's the way it is. And the things that the rock artists want backstage compared to what country artists want backstage is unreal. So we've looked into a couple different rock bands. One rock band, I'm not going to mention names, they wanted a minimum of 20 hotel rooms booked that we have to pay for. The guitar player wanted a special hotel room just for his guitars. So, I mean, they have to have air conditioned and heated bathrooms. They have to have certain foods, certain drinks. I mean, it's even the country guys now. I mean, they have to they give you 4 different brands of water, and you have to have one of those 4 brands. They won't drink.
I'll say this,
they won't have anything else.
I could be out of line or wrong, but like, rock band wise, you're playing county fairs now.
Yeah.
You're not at the stadiums, but
Right.
it's like, I don't know. I'd
Yep.
probably be the same way, but
So, I mean, yeah, some of the stuff they want and need is a bit ridiculous, but I mean, like you said, they're playing county fairs and they're not cheap.
right.
They're not. I mean, they're several $100,000.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it. A lot of people were irritated, angry but like, obviously everybody knows the weather is like,
Not in our control.
yeah, like it is what it is. The show still went off. It was
Yep.
different. It still happened. It was still,
And people actually liked it. A lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, a lot of people liked it better where it was at.
right.
Me personally, I liked it better where it was at. It was much more easier to get things in and out. The food vendors didn't like it because people weren't coming out of the grandstands.
Right.
But yet they're lined up to get in front of all the food things. So, I mean, we're learning as we go. The only problem with like this year compared to last year, we had like 2 feet from a power line last year. and that was the smaller stage. The concert we have this year is a bigger stage, and it won't fit without us moving power lines.
Right.
So, I mean, we could put it out in the grass, but then, okay, if it rains, that's why we're out there anyway. You know, last year it set on a gravel road, so you don't want to put it in the grass and take a chance on getting everything stuck there again.
Right. So the Knox County Fair, what's the dates this year?
So it's a week after the 4th of July. I know. So let's see. Monday, there's nothing this year. There's usually horse races on Monday. We moved those to Tuesday this year. It'll be Tuesday, July 8th will be the horse races at night. Wednesday will be truck and tractor pulls. My dad's Memorial Tractor Pull, Jim Smith Memorial Tractor Pull. Thursday's the concert. Friday the 11th is the figure eight. Saturday the 12th is the demo derby.
And people, do you guys do weekly passes or no? Or is it all individual?
We don't anymore. We've talked about it. We're probably going to bring them back. You know, not this year. No, it's too late to do that this year. But hopefully next year, maybe, you know, we can bring those back.
Right. So if you're ever interested in some entertainment the week after the 4th, I know sometimes it might seem, you know, get pricey, but, you know, it's once a year. It's a great cause. Like we said, everybody loves the fair. As adults,
it is pricey, but
you think about when you were a kid, how much you loved it. When your kids or grandkids, go out, support the fair, go see a show. And by a show, I mean, you know, it could be the concert, could be the races, could be the tractor pull, the demo.
The concert's the most expensive one we got, and tickets are $35 for the grandstands, $45 for on the pit.
Right.
And, you know, you and I have been to several concerts.
Yeah.
And that was, 20 years ago?
Right.
25? And we were paying more than that back then.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're getting a chance to see, you know, Clint Black, I'm assuming, I don't know how many platinum or whatever, and Diamond Rio the same.
Between the two of them, they got like 40 number one hits.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not just a local band you're going to see. I said,
we do have those in the beer tent every night. So
the tractor pull, the beer tent's open every night. They do have local entertainment. So, anyways, most of you probably do, but check out the county fair. It's the week after the 4th. I don't know the exact dates. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
8th through the 12th.
The 8th through the 12th. You can go check out the livestock. Anyway, it's a great time. As we all know, I'm sitting here talking like nobody's ever heard of a fair. You've all been to the fair.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So, moving on from all the hats you wear, now going, I guess, to the more personal side of things.
Yeah.
As I stated, we are brothers. Let's say that in the opening. Obviously, different names. We share the same mother, different dad, but ever since I've been born,
I've been there.
You've been there. It's not, you know, so I guess half siblings, but full siblings.
Yep.
So I guess I'm curious. So my dad, our dad, you know, you called him dad, you know.
Yeah.
He was gruff.
Yeah.
Like very gruff.
But he was the first one to give you a hug and tell you.
Yeah. So anybody that knows the dad I'm speaking of understands when I say gruff, and you probably laughed. I can just hear Rick Reed laughing right now as soon as I say gruff. So my question is, what was it like? Because I don't have, never have had a step parent. What was it like growing up with my dad as our dad, even though you obviously had a father, you know what I mean? And
right.
By the way, your father was active in your life. It wasn't like you know, you had a great relationship. You saw him all the time, lived local.
Yep.
It wasn't anything like that.
Right.
But I'm just curious, what was it like, I guess, 'cause I'm sure obviously different for me than it was you.
Right.
But you knew him before I did.
I had two families. You know, I'd go to my dad's house and everything was great, and I'd come home to mom's house and everything was great. You know, you weren't there obviously, but you know, I had brothers and sisters on that side. We have other sisters, which weren't there all the time growing up. You know, but yeah, I mean, I thought of him as okay. I'm home. This is mom and dad.
Right. So I guess what was the hardest part about it? See, I've never had to think about this.
Right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, like you said, he was gruff. He was hard on both of us. He didn't really favor you over me or me over you. It was, okay, if you got in trouble, you got your ass spanked. Right. Same with me. And we didn't get in trouble all that often. Yeah, we got yelled at, but...
That's funny you said that, because literally on my little notes here, the next one, did you ever feel that there was I didn't feel this, but again, you have a different point of view. There was ever well, you're not my son, you're my stepson.
Never.
So I always thought it was pretty fair.
No, I always did. Yeah.
That whoever was in trouble was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The punishment was the same.
Yep.
If you needed your ass kicked, you got your ass kicked. Yep. Not that we got beaten, but by any means, we didn't.
Right.
But like I said, I never felt I was like by any way favored growing up or sided with growing up.
No.
But I just didn't know from
No,
your point of
I've
view
never felt that
how
way.
it ever felt.
Honestly, never felt that way.
And that's one thing, like, looking back now that I'm an adult as a step parent, that I feel he was very good about. And, like, I wish I could be that good about it, but like, it's not easy. Like,
right.
I honestly feel, and I mean, it's been brought up with Elizabeth and I, like, not so much lately. We've gotten a lot better at it. But, she's never been a step parent either.
Right.
But, like, I find myself, in my opinion at times, harder on Caleb than the others because you don't want to make them mad. And then I also find myself sometimes nitpicky here with it's a hard, like, I don't know, like, it's just weird that I always felt he didn't really care.
No.
And it was
he treated me like,
boom, this is it.
He treated me like one of his.
Right.
And, he's always told me that. I consider you my son.
Yeah, I never once heard him say, oh, that's my stepson. I've never once.
These are my boys. Right
never
here.
heard that. Yeah, never.
Nope.
But yeah, it was. I've always wondered. It was probably a unique dynamic. I'm sure at times, especially as you were younger. So you were 2 or 3 when they started dating or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Which is another interesting story. You'll have to interview Mom on that.
What?
How they got their first date. About playing chess. You never heard that story?
No.
So Dad loved to play chess. And that, you've been to Gates. You remember, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid walking through there.
I remember going, but I was real little.
So they'd play in the lunchroom. And you'd have to I know this is 99% true, but you check with Mom. So Mom didn't know how to play chess. But Dad loved to. So he would play chess and ask Mom, if I can beat you in a game of chess, will you go on a date with me? And Mom says, yeah. So there was a couple guys that always beat Dad. He couldn't beat. Well, they sat right at the table right next to him, and every move Dad would make, this guy over here would make, and then this guy on Mom's side would make a move, and Mom would watch, kind of look at it and move where he would move, and Mom beat him like twice. So, he never got to go on a date with her because he never beat her. Well, they finally found out, and Mom said yes, and then the rest is history.
I never knew anybody knew how to play chess.
Yeah.
Like
ask Mom about that.
I've never heard that.
99% sure.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. So that brings us to, obviously, our common connection is we share the same mother.
Yep.
I don't think. We can both agree that as far as mothers go, everybody thinks like
their mom's the greatest.
Yeah,
but ours is.
Like your mom is in second place.
Yeah.
By a decent amount. Like our mother is a saint.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know, and it doesn't matter her relationship with your dad.
Nope.
If it was difficult, but like I know how trying it could be with my dad, our dad.
Right.
Like just with his mood switching. But
and then especially towards the end, her taking care of him. You know. I mean, how many people would do that? I
don't know if I could do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like when she told me that he was adamant that if something happened to her, I was his caretaker.
Yeah.
I'm like, you better tell him he's going to a home. Like, I can't do that.
Yep.
But Like our mom, she is the first one there, the last one there, offering, willing, sometimes does too much.
Way too much.
And we know it, but we still let her, which probably our fault.
Probably.
But
probably, yeah.
It's definitely nothing I would ever change. Sometimes it's a little like, she's mom.
Right.
Sometimes it's a little like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like when the tornado sirens went off the other night.
Oh, yeah. She called you too?
She texted me.
Yeah.
Did you hear the sirens?
Yep. Me too.
I said yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to reply. It's 30 feet from my back door. I heard it. Anyways, I love you, Mom.
Yep. Are you in the basement? No.
No, I was actually standing at the front door.
I was too.
When she texted.
Yeah.
Of course, I was waiting for Caleb to get home from work. But,
yeah.
So, I'm not 43 yet. I will be in a little less than 2 months now.
Yep.
So
Which is a good day and a bad day.
What?
Your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
It was our grandparents' mom and dad's anniversary.
Right.
And it was the day my dad passed away. All in one day.
That is right, isn't it?
Yep. May 9th.
That is right. Plus, wait, wasn't it, oh, shoot. Grandma's sister, was it their anniversary too?
Jeannie?
Yeah. Or birthday or something? Didn't they have something on the
Might
night?
have been. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Mom would know. You want me to
Yes.
text her and find out? She'd probably call us.
And I was born on Mother's Day. So that was, anyways, what a gift. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. Let's throw you a little curveball here. In 43 years,
Yep.
nearly, what's your favorite memory / time period of me / us?
When we were kids, growing up together, just
Specifically.
everything. We were inseparable. We, everywhere I went, you went, and wherever you went, I went. Playing pickup football in the yard, down the street, anything. I can remember Christmas mornings. You remember Christmas mornings with the basketball hoops? I don't know why that one sticks in my head.
Oh, yeah, I do remember walking out there.
Yeah, and there's just toys everywhere.
I remember when you were like adults, like by adults, like you were like 17, 18, still getting up at like 5:30.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm over it. Let's stop. But it's whatever. I mean.
But no, when we were kids, yeah.
So my favorite period of time, and you probably haven't thought about this for 40 years, is on the closet door in the bigger bedroom. We had a Nerf hoop.
Playing Nerf ball.
And we would set up a 3-point line out of crayons.
Yeah.
And
I play around the world or play on our knees and
I would
in trouble for tearing the house down.
I would wear like Brent Dugan's armband that he gave me.
And his headband.
And I'd like spike my hair.
Yep.
And we'd play basketball.
Every night.
And then we'd listen to you always listen to Michael Jackson.
And Summer of 69.
Like Beat It. Yeah, yes. Summer of 69. All that stuff was playing.
Yep.
Like the innocence of that.
Yep.
And it's just, that doesn't happen anymore because my kids, when it comes to innocence and playing on their own, does not happen at all. Sometimes. But then you wonder, okay, what's going on?
Right.
But yeah, I agree. Just being a kid and the fact that
playing Atari, playing Nintendo.
Being a kid is gone.
Gone.
It was like
before phones, when mom and dad would say, go outside and play. And we'd just go outside and play.
Right.
We'd find we'd do anything.
Yeah.
Now you tell a kid to go outside and play and they're like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So it's a total different world now.
Oh, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. But I mean,
I'd give anything to go back,
I got kids today think they have it made, and they do really, but each generation has it made differently. But it's weird. So it's just some randoms. I jotted down some random memories here. Okay. So we one of my favorite things.
So wait, before you do that, besides the basketball, what's your favorite memory of me? Put you on the spot.
I thought I had my answer already. Let's see.
I would tell you the day I was the most proud of you.
What was that?
When you asked me to be your best man at your wedding.
Oh, yeah. What a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I remember thinking I was pretty cool in 6th grade when you got your license.
Yeah.
Getting dropped off at the corner, even though no one saw me. Like,
yeah.
And then when I don't know how old I was probably too young to be hanging out with you and Brad Kozad cruising.
Oh, yeah.
But like that was fun. I was shoot, I don't know. I was probably, oh God, I was probably, why did Mom and Dad let me go?
I don't know.
My God.
There was nothing really bad that happened back then.
I know, but like think about it now. I was in a car with Brad Kozad driving around in his white Beretta.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to
Lone
the
Star.
Vault. Who is that? Def Leppard Vault at volume 6 million.
Oh, yeah.
While he was desperately trying to chase females and make me talk to him as like a 14-year-old.
And then he would play he had a CD or whatever it was of different sounds. And one of them was a cop car, so he'd roll around and roll the windows down and play that, get people to pull over and think it was funny.
Mom, when you listen to this, I hung out with Brad Kozad as a young teenager.
God rest his soul, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do anything illegal.
No.
He didn't either, I don't think.
Well, he might have smoked, but
anyways.
chewed back
yeah,
then, probably.
That's the other thing. Somebody brought that up the other day about cruising McDonald's to McDonald's. I was like, if that was still a thing, I'd still do it.
Yeah, I don't even think they do. Do they even?
It'd be more expensive. No, I don't think they do, but people can't afford it now.
No, that's true.
Gas was like $1.15 when I did it.
I remember buying it for 72 cents. That's the cheapest I remember buying it. I can remember it cheaper, but I think
the cheapest I remember is like 95 cents. I could be making that up completely, but it was not 3-something.
No,
I do know that. So just some randoms. So we've been fishing Wisconsin.
Yep.
A few times. So when we were kids, we'd go to Montello with Mom and Dad, sleep in that camper. That was Grandpa Burtis' camper.
Yeah.
And we'd ride up there on the top bunk that had the window looking out.
Yeah.
Every time we'd pass the
a bridge
Wisconsin
would roll over.
Dells sign, we're like, oh my God, we're going to the Dells. We turned off.
Remember going under bridges, laying upside
39.
down?
Yeah.
Imagine if they would have gotten an accident. We would have went right through that window.
Oh, we'd be dead.
Yeah.
We'd be dead. But yeah, but late, like you and I don't think, we've never been to Montello.
Not together, no.
No. That's my favorite place on the planet is Montello.
Now, see, Berlin, where I go, that's my favorite place.
Yeah, we've been to Berlin. Fishing.
We'll have to go up there again this year now.
We've been to Jeff's on the square.
Yep. Best place to eat in the world.
I don't know. The place in Montello, which I think, ironically, might be called Jeff's on the Water. No. What's that place right there overlooking the river? Is it Jeff's on the Water?
I don't know. I haven't been to Montello in years.
Oh, my God. Montello's so great. It's so great. It smells good. But yeah, what's that one? When we went to Jeff's they had karaoke.
Yeah, we did.
And we were there way too long.
Oh, yeah.
Way too long. And sang. Like, just randomly decided to start singing.
Yeah, which we're doing karaoke now for J&J, so.
Oh, yeah.
You need to come out.
If you need a karaoke party, they also do that on top of the trivia.
We're doing a couple of those coming up, so you need to come out and sing.
Oh, I'm in. I'm a good bar singer. Later, people don't really hear it. There was one year we randomly decided on a whim one morning, me, you, Eric Hughes, Matt Lenz, and we stopped in Bloomington and picked up Cooley.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to the Current River.
Oh, yeah.
5 people, 1 car.
1 tent.
A tent. I don't even know if anybody took clothes, but we drove 6 hours to like Salem, or is that what it is? Salem, whatever, Missouri-ish.
Eminence,
yeah.
Eminence, yeah.
And what sticks out to me is, was that the Lizard year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
so
a
we
lizard.
we drive. We don't have.
We took your Charger.
Yeah, we don't have firewood, and our campground didn't have firewood, so we had to go.
No, the campground had it. That's where we got it.
But I thought it was a different campground.
No, I think it was the same.
Either way, we pulled
No,
up.
it was a different one because we stayed where we
Yeah,
came
so
out of
we
the river.
pulled up, and it was nighttime, like dark, in the woods of Missouri.
Dark.
And we're throwing firewood into a Dodge Charger with 5 people. And all of a sudden, like a gecko lizard jumps out into the car.
Oh, yeah. And we tore that car apart trying to
And
find it.
I decided we're not leaving till the lizard's out. And then Cooley's getting all mad. Oh, the lizard. And it pops up on the seat. He said, just get it. And he goes to get it, and it jumps at him, and he freaks out.
Oh, yeah. He freaked out.
But it jumped out of the car. We all jumped in and got out of there.
And left, yeah.
Anyways, next day, we go floating
Yep.
down the river.
Yep.
And obviously, I've seen Cooley intoxicated. I've seen you intoxicated a few times in my life.
That was probably the
But I'm going to tell you this.
worst.
You and Cooley are lucky
Yeah.
that you're not buried in the woods.
Oh, I know.
In Eminence, Missouri.
Because when you got you and
Me
everybody else
and Hughes and Lenz.
floated on ahead of us, and we found these other people, and they
Yeah.
had something in a jug that we drank. And
So
ooh, it was bad.
we left and we drove to look for a hotel room
Yeah.
because you guys are idiots.
Yeah, we passed out in a tent.
And I just remember Cooley sitting there in one picture, like almost dead, just flipping us off.
Didn't he puke in the tent or
So
somebody's bag or something?
he opened up Matt Lenz's bag and threw up whole deli ham
Yes.
all over Lenz's stuff.
Yeah.
So me and Lenz and Eric sleep in the car,
I didn't puke till the next morning.
and it's about 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that was entertaining / annoying is driving home the next day. And I remember in the hills, and you're in the back seat, and you
Well, we
said
stopped at McDonald's and
you had a blue Powerade,
had blue Powerade and cinnamon rolls.
and you're like, I think I might get sick. What do you mean? Like now?
Now, pull
so I
over now.
ripped off the. I loved it. Almost drove away. And I just remember that was such a stupid trip, but fun.
Yeah, well, it was fun. I remember nights down in Macomb. Those were fun too.
Literally next there.
See,
yeah,
we got like.
Yeah. So yeah, you would come down to Macomb
Yep.
when I was in college, and
I was already out. Yeah.
I think you were down there one time with a big party. We had the upstairs open, I think.
We were Flippy Cup champions.
Oh, that's the day.
Yeah.
That got crazy.
Yeah.
Was that the night somebody fell asleep when they colored his face or drew on his face too? With that sharp, I don't know.
I don't remember that.
But we were upstairs. I remember that. Yeah.
No, we were downstairs in your kitchen. I was never upstairs in that house.
Oh, really? No, I'm thinking
And there was 100 people in that house.
Yeah.
I don't know how shit didn't get stolen.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I mean,
I don't know.
Music blaring, just booze, beer everywhere in that kitchen. That table
everywhere, like on the wall. Like it was. Yeah, it was fun.
It was a good time.
I couldn't imagine doing it now.
No,
it was fun. We would go. I started this young, going to Bartonville like every Friday night.
Yeah, we started out at Dance Land.
Oh yeah, it was Dance Land out in Galesburg. And then Bartonville, go line dancing, which it's back open. I send everybody out, and I always forget about it, but I want to go back.
Yeah. We'd be so out of breath now.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'd be right out there trying.
It'd come back to us. I know you said you've done a few in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah, I would play the old songs. I still remember
most of them.
I think most of them, but those that I don't remember wouldn't take me long.
Does your cowboy hat still fit?
I don't even have it.
Oh, you don't have it?
No.
I still got mine in the basement. It don't fit no more.
I don't even have one.
It's really, really tight.
So you took me to my first concert,
mm-hmm.
and I took Jared Seekers with me, and ironically, it's the next concert I'll go to, which would be Diamond Rio.
Diamond Rio.
I don't have a concert before then. So yeah, it's kind of. Now I don't know how much pull you have out there.
It depends.
But here's like a This would be a great goal. This is my goal, and I know it's not going to happen. And I get it because, as you said, like they're picky. Mm-hmm. But, this little podcast thing I got going.
Yeah.
Just 10 minutes with somebody. 10 minutes.
I can try.
I mean, worst they can do is say no. Like, hey,
worst they can do is say no.
My brother has a little podcast. It's a local thing. Once they go on, he wants 10 minutes. I just love to sit there at the dining room like, dude, you're my first concert. I'm super excited about tomorrow. I just think it'd be neat. Like,
now I'm the
give
one
me
that's
some status.
Kind of in charge of the concert, So I'm backstage all the time. A couple years ago, Ty was in charge of them, Ty Landon, and I was the driver. So the year we had Sawyer Brown and Scotty McCreery, I was the driver. Well, I got to drive them around everywhere. Mm-hmm. I drove Joe Nichols around. Come to find out, he was at Grandma and Grandpa's festival back when he was a kid. But yeah, Sawyer Brown, we're on our way back from the hotel in Galesburg. And of course, Mark Miller, the lead singer, was already there. So it's just the band and one of their kids. And their song comes on the radio because, FM 95 plays the crap out of them, which is awesome, the day of the concert. And they all start singing and they're like, come on, sing along with us. So we were doing like karaoke car going down the interstate and just cranked it up. That was cool. That was.
I don't even know what I'd say to them, but just kind of like, hey, yeah, I don't know.
They're just normal people.
It'd be that's what I got on Charlie Daniels' bus when he was there.
Yeah.
And I looked at him like, I literally don't know what to say to you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I won't say who it was, but when I was driving, the band, we got in the car because they had to go back to the hotel. And after the concert, and they're like, hey, is there anywhere we can buy beer around here? And I says, well, there's a Love's right across the street. You can buy it right there. Well, Love's don't sell cases. They only sell 12-packs. So they go in, get a 12-pack, and from Love's in Galesburg to, that's the one out there by the old Sirloin Stockade.
Love's in Knoxville, yeah.
Yeah, Love's in Knoxville to the hotel out there by the mall. They drank four of them drank both 12 packs of beer in that amount of time. They went in the hotel room. They're like, can you go get us more? I'm like, yeah, if you want more. Yep, get us 2 more 12 packs. Come back. They drank the other 12 packs on the way back to the fairgrounds. Got on the buses and away they went.
That'd be all right. But yeah, I don't know. I'll remind you as it gets closer.
Yeah,
not that it'll happen. And
I'll
I get it if it won't.
And see what he can do. I don't know if
But just like, I don't know, just be kind of neat. It'd be like, hey, look at me.
Well, why not?
Yeah. Naturally, over the years, as people grow up, get older, life happens, stuff gets busy. So over the years, the typical connection we were just talking about when we were younger was lost, is gone. Yep. I'm sure both of us could have done more to keep it, but like I said, it happens.
It happens.
But that sucks that it happened.
It does suck.
So just a few things. Although I thought it was very entertaining at the time, and it's still entertaining today, but cringy a little bit, I should probably apologize for the speech I gave at your wedding.
Yeah, that was...
I don't know. I still have...
that wedding,
I still have the DVD of it.
I do too, somewhere.
So yeah, I don't know where it is, but like Elizabeth I'd never told her this story till like 3 hours ago. She's like, what are you talking about? I go, oh my God.
You didn't talk about me at all.
I said, it was bad. And I said, how bad it was is like, you can hear Danny laughing in the background because everybody else is like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'd kill you. I said, I literally, at the end of it. Anyways, I told her what I said.
It's in the past now.
But it's like, now we could all probably get a good laugh. Maybe she wouldn't. I don't know.
Well,
but
oh well.
Anyways, I probably shouldn't have done that. I was drinking quite a bit that weekend in
all
general.
Day.
Yeah, because I even pulled some business at the wedding itself.
Oh.
You remember that? When I pretend like you didn't give me the ring?
Yeah. You told me that.
Yeah. And then the minister's like, oh, funny guy, huh? I was like, oh, just wait. Give me an hour. And then, anyways.
He didn't stick around too long at the reception.
No, I can't imagine. I can't imagine why. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of something here. So I also, I guess you probably even know this. So growing up over the years, and when I first say it sound bad, I looked at you differently, but not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, you had a better relationship with our grandparents than me.
Mm-hmm.
That's no secret. Everybody did. It's just, I know I'm difficult to get along with, and vice versa sometimes.
Right.
But I always looked at it as like, you just kissing ass. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, why are you kissing their ass? And because I'm like, I am not kissing their ass, anybody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't you were kissing ass. Like, I was wrong in thinking that, but like, you're just a compassionate, good charactered person. Right. So although you never knew, I was always thinking like, why are you kissing their ass, man? Stop. Like, you weren't. And I know that now. Mm-hmm. Like, you show compassion and feelings in those situations better than me.
It's just harder for you, yeah.
And it's just
the way you.
Yeah, so
certain
like
people are wired.
Like I said, although you never knew that, I apologize for thinking that. And like I touched on to start this part of the conversation, for letting time get away, like, I apologize for letting time get away.
And I apologize for it too, because
it happens.
Life's too short anymore.
You know, like, I don't, nobody did it on purpose. No. But like, odds are, like, my life's halfway over.
Well, so's mine.
And it's like, I mean, that's when you think of it that way, like, and what we said earlier, like, you can't get your youth back. It's gone.
I mean, you double our age. You're 86.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm in the 90s.
No way I live to be 86.
You know.
I mean, that'd be cool, but there's no way. But like, nobody ever thinks about it until like it gets to this point. Yeah. And it's like, okay, now what? And I know, like I said, we don't talk as much like as we should. Mm-hmm. But you had probably right at a year ago, just about a little skin cancer,
colon stuff. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, I thought did you have something removed, like a skin thing removed, or am I way off on that?
I don't have any skin things removed. I got a couple things I need to get looked at.
Oh, anyways.
But no, I went in and they found stuff in my colon.
Maybe that was it. I don't know.
It was right after that.
But like, so when Mom told me that, like, it bothered me in the aspect of like, okay, I don't talk to him very much anymore, but then you start thinking back of like playing Nerf basketball.
Yep.
And all this and that. And it's like, oh shit. You know, what if that's something? What if it would have been something? You know, I was like, that sucks. But anyways, like, I would love to have it all back. Obviously, we can't go back.
Right.
But from this point forward, we can
move ahead.
Better.
Yep.
Obviously, I have 3 sisters. We have 3 sisters. Mm-hmm. Your 3 stepsisters, my 3 half sisters.
Right.
But I didn't grow up with them in the house.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's different. Yes, they're sisters, but like.
But we grew up together.
Like.
We're there every day together. Right. Yeah, I'd be gone a weekend, but you know.
Yeah. So it's different. Like, I don't care for them different than I do you, but it's just like, it's just different. Mm-hmm. So of all that, hopefully from this point forward, it can be, obviously it's not going to be total, you know, it can just be a little different here and there.
Yeah. So let's go fishing. Let's make a plan right now. We'll go fishing in Wisconsin. Yeah.
So it's just like, you think about it. Your dad is gone.
Yeah.
Our dad is gone. You know, it's like pretty soon we're the only ones left.
All of our grandparents are gone.
And it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then what? You know?
Yeah. I mean.
Then what? It's like.
Think about it. We're the old guys now. When we were kids, it's like.
Oh, I know. I say all the time, like, when I was 15, I'd look at somebody who was 43 and be like, Jesus.
Yeah.
You look like hell.
And I keep thinking, okay.
And now it's like.
I don't feel.
Now
47.
It's like all my students probably like, God, you look like hell.
But I got 7.5 years till I retire. I'm done.
God, I got like 30.
Yeah. I mean,
I got to teach till oh my God.
I'm retiring at 55. I'm done.
Oh my God. That'd be amazing.
So.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, like I said, it is what it is, but it's more than just what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really all I had. I think it's been a good conversation.
I think it has. We need to do this more often. Yeah.
So
if you ever need a co-host.
Yeah. Like I said.
So I have no problem talking on microphone. You see me at Trivia's do that.
Yeah. If you need concrete, you can go to Builder Supply in Galesburg.
Yep.
If you need
martial arts,
you can go to the Kuksu Wan in Knoxville. If you need entertainment or karaoke, you can look them up, J&J Entertainment, on Facebook. And if you want live entertainment, you can hit up the Knox County Fair.
Yeah, you'll see me out there.
You'll get races, you'll get tractors, you'll get music.
No more races.
No more races. My bad. Take that back.
Figure 8 races.
I think you did say that. No more races.
Yeah, I don't know if I did or not, but figure 8 races.
But anyways, it's been a good conversation.
Yep.
We will definitely do it again. I appreciate your time sitting down.
I do too. Thank you.
Yep.
Inviting me in to be on your podcast. I love listening to it. So
yeah. So hopefully, like I said, I'm more consistent with it. I have good things, good guests, good people, big things coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll definitely circle back, and we'll do it again. But until then, I appreciate your time.
Well, no problem.
And we will see everybody next time.
One last closing thing.
Yeah.
As a brother, I love you.
I love you.
Okay.
And we don't say it enough.
Nope.
So, but I do.
I love you too.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody next time on the Dirty D.O.